The audio's not worse.
We're live. Hey. Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Took a while to get that to
We're
finish
crooked.
going live. We're crooked.
I promise the picture's not crooked. The echo in this room is terrible. Good morning, everybody. If you're in there,
See a couple people. Who's
say
here?
hi.
Oh, down to one. Somebody was bored with us already.
I really don't know if the audio is going to work out there.
Whoever our one person is that's on here. Can you hear us?
It's okay. Just hold on.
Good morning. Good morning. Just dealing with technical stuff here for a moment. Good morning, Basil. Good morning, Peter. Peter says he can hear us.
Oh, good. I'm gonna.
We're just gonna move the microphone a little. We struggle a little bit with
Technology.
positioning all this stuff for this kind of purpose. We gotta be close enough to the screen to read what you type.
Because we're old.
And our normal setup doesn't serve that very well. So, old man
why
Jim
did I
H
do
is
that?
in.
That might work.
All right, Alexis is in. Good morning.
Oh, I can't
Happy
see
Saturday, everyone. Ginger, you almost done fussing with
it. I am.
that?
Guys, how does the audio sound? Because I know our last stream, it echoed so bad in this room. It was terrible.
Yeah, everything's stripped out, cleaned back, modern, and soulless to sell the house.
Basil says there's a little echo, but it's fine.
Okay, thanks, Basil.
Well, we've cleaned up this room so much, there's almost no furniture in here for our house showings. So now it sounds like a hospital hallway.
And Peter used to live in Canada. Where do you live now, Peter? And yes, it's 9 a.m. here.
Yep. So.
Sergeant McBain is here too. Morning,
Dude,
Sergeant.
How's it going? That's one of our Twitter peeps. Longtime Twitter peeps.
So I'm from Portugal. Morning in
Oh,
Portugal.
good
Afternoon,
morning.
evening in Portugal, whatever time it is there.
I wish I spoke Portuguese so I could say hello.
Mm-hmm.
I'm too busy learning Spanish.
Hi from Germany. Hi back to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
A Fado fan. Nice.
We have to do some more Fado. We've been struggling badly with the Fado app. Rob Taylor, hello, sir. Rob, we got to make sure we come see you before we leave. We're going to have to visit. So we're going to have an embassy trip to make. So we'll probably hit you up while we're in town.
210 in Edinburgh. Did I get enough in there?
I cannot judge. I'm sorry. I can't judge accents.
I know it was terrible.
Yes.
I'm just trying to be
friendly.
friendly.
I was thinking that. But,
We're from Portugal. All right, we get lots of greetings from Portugal. I hope we get one or two good Fado suggestions out here. I'm willing to be brave and take the that's not.
It would
Fado
be nice because I'd really love to hear some more. That's for sure. Jim, no, we have not picked a home yet. We are not going to before we leave. We were planning to take our time finding the thing that works. And yes, we're still, Costa Rica is still the plan if we can. We're right now we're focused on selling this house, and then we'll see what we do.
Yeah, we'd love to go down, tour around a little bit, find the right area.
Yes, because I never want to move again, so I'd really like to pick the right thing, so I never have to do this again.
It can only go so bad. It's never going to snow.
It's true. Well, we hope so. We hope so. But one of the volcanoes there, Arenal burped the other day. A little puff of smoke out of the volcano around one of the areas we were looking at.
That's all right.
But it's good. I mean, there were some comments, and I'm in a Facebook group for that area, and some comments saying that's a good sign. You want them to do the little burps because that way they never have the big giant.
Keeps the pressure from building up.
That's right.
All right, Peter's got a suggestion for us, a mix of Fado and hard rock or metal. Yeah, bring it on.
Oh, that sounds very weird.
Unknown wants us to come to Bali. You know, we'd love to come to Bali sometime.
It's on our list for sure because it looks amazing there. It was actually even on my list to look at for moving, but it lost out a little bit just because we wanted better proximity to the family we're leaving behind. Yeah, mostly.
Yeah, it's a lot harder for us to visit our family to visit us if we're all the way around on the other side of the world.
Yeah, so like a 24-hour flight.
Yeah,
it's better to be only a few hours away. When is the next Poets of the Fall? Oh, I had it on my list to do another one today.
We don't know which one yet. You had one in mind?
I have one on the list. I can't remember what it was. It might have been War from it's going to be Alexander Theater Session for sure, because I'm addicted to that space.
So I'm capturing Carlos's name this time. I'm going to try to remember to take names of suggestions.
So Ed says
Right
Truman
now.
went to Fiji. The thing about Fiji, so people are going to laugh at me about this because everybody always laughs at me about this, but I don't like boats. I really don't like boats. I have a real significant fear of water because I've almost drowned a couple times, but also I just don't like boats. And whenever I look at the map of the world, I see Fiji, and it's like this vast, enormous ocean and this tiny little land space that's like a speck like this. And to me, Fiji, because it's so small, just looks like a big boat. So it sounds weird because I know it's not a boat, it's land, right? But it feels like it's so small. It would be like being on a really big boat. So Fiji actually scares me a little. It feels like one big wave and that whole island will just be gone.
You'd be surprised that Venice is not actually out because she can see the buildings.
It's true.
Venice is sinking, but it's not going to tip over.
And it is still attached, right? Like it's attached to the landmass, right?
Yeah.
Venice is like just a really clustered shoreline, right?
Venice.
Like I can be on the shore. I can even be in a boat in a harbor. If I can see the land, I feel okay.
Venice is just basically a swamp. And
It's true.
Sinking into the swamp.
It's a very pretty swamp.
Mm-hmm.
It's a well-architectured swamp. That's all fine. Like I'm not that afraid of water. I can go in it. Like, we've been in boats a couple times. Mike likes to sail.
Little
so
boats.
The little boats like dinghies and stuff. So we've been on boats before, but if it gets far enough out that I can't see land anymore, I get real nervous, right? Like a cruise would be out of the question. There's no way.
What about a river cruise?
Oh yeah, river cruise. Well, we had plans to go to Norway,
Mhm.
and we were going to take one of those fjord cruises for sure. But like, even if it's not accurate, right? Because there's no way if I'm 2 miles from shore and I could still see the shore, there's no way I could swim it. I would drown on my way. So I know it's not rational. But if I can see the shore, I at least can mentally trick myself into believing that if the boat sank, I might make it, right? But if I can't see the shore, I know I won't. My head goes, oh, this is not a good space.
So Mickey's asking about your Fab Over 40 contest results.
Oh, I didn't make it. I didn't even make it into the semifinals, actually. The thing about that contest, and it's not to slam the contest, because the goal of that contest was to raise money for the Breast Cancer Foundation. So the goal wasn't really for me to win it, or the prize was just a bonus. But the thing was, right at the last couple hours of the voting into the semifinals, 2 of the other ladies that were beneath me the whole time suddenly shot up. And I had a whole pile of really cool friends that went in and started like kind of dumping money into it to try to up my count so I could make it. And I just wasn't. So I got the impression it must have been that those ladies also had friends and they were dumping a lot of money into it too. And it just got to a point where I said to my friends, don't dump any more money for me. I mean, if you want to make a donation, that's good. But like, it's, I'm not that cutthroat, right? I'm not overly competitive, to be honest. It would have been nice to win, but I wasn't going to make my friends spend thousands of dollars for me to win. And then that would have only been the semifinal, right? There would have been 4 more rounds to go. So it was just like, you know what? If they want it that bad that they're just going to buy it, well, they can have it. It's fine. So
Basil spent nearly his whole life on vessels.
Oh, really? That sounds terrible.
I'm sure that's not that face isn't for you, Basil. I'm sure it's for the vessels.
Oh, you know what? I can actually read better without my glasses at all.
There you go.
Oh.
Ed's asking about Vancouver. I went to Vancouver in about 1981 with my grandparents, and it was lovely. But from what I've heard, the last 40 years, it's gone way downhill. No desire
Maybe
to
he
go
means
back.
Vancouver Island. That's different,
maybe.
right?
Yeah, it's still going downhill out there.
I don't know. I've never actually thought about Vancouver. I don't think that would bother me. The thing is, Vancouver Island appears to be close enough to the mainland that it's almost like being on a boat close to the shore.
And it's a decent sized island.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
you-
it's probably smaller than Fiji, though.
I don't
You
know.
think?
I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
it's decent size and it's
On Vancouver
huddled right
Island,
up to the mainland.
The thing I'd worry more about is the cougars. I've read a couple of articles that they have a serious cougar problem there because they outlawed shooting them, right? So as things go with nature, when you stop culling, the population gets a little crazy, and then they start going into the city and start stealing little dogs and babies. Oh, who prefers Toronto? Sorry, we're not city people. It's been what, at least 2 years since we've been to Toronto.
The last time I was anywhere near Toronto was when we flew back from Jamaica.
I guess,
And that's technically Mississauga where the
well,
airport
my
is.
office is there, so I go there all the time. But like into the city for something, probably was, yeah, at least 2 years ago. I went to the Opera House with Mike's daughter Lauren. Took her to. Oh, hi, Coco Bean. Come say hello at least. You can't come in the room. And,
Weird. Gross.
You always look weird.
that's my daughter Coco. She has a sweatshirt that says, "I'll stop wearing black when they make another color."
The
She's
darker color.
a darker color. She's one of those. There's
Expensive. One of those.
one of those people that prefers black
One
for
of
everything.
those.
Yeah, I
You
was.
make
One,
it sound bad.
it's not bad. I was one of those too. Don't feel bad. Shut the door. Get out.
All right.
Oh, Alter Bridge is a good suggestion. I keep meaning to put them back on the list for another shot.
I've got Danny Spears posted the fall suggestion. I'll get Basil's.
Alter Bridge will be great again, but I'll be honest, I don't want another 10-minute song. I have to pee too frequently for that. Blackbird live from Amsterdam. That's what Basil says.
I got it.
Old man Jim H agrees with Claude. Black is the best. Portugal's definitely on our list of places to see.
Portugal was also on our list of places to potentially move to.
Yeah, we looked at it very
Looked at it closely.
seriously.
I would say we couldn't afford the coast, and a lot of it looked a lot of dry and scrubby. But there was places up in the hills,
Yeah, there were a
inland
few.
that were very
actually.
tempting.
It was
Yeah.
a little more expensive than we were looking for.
And
I-
again, a little farther from family.
Well, I mean, we'd settled on Italy at one point and then had trouble with that choice. So we were willing to go that far. I have friends that moved to Portugal and really, really loved it. But it did end up being a little more expensive than we were hoping for. And it was more, what should I say? It was more hospitable to people immigrating than Italy ended up being, but it still had a lot of hoops to jump through for what we were going to do, right? Like my friends that moved there were digital nomad types, so it was easy for them. They were running online businesses, but we weren't going to do that. We were just going to retire. So the retirement requirements were a lot harder to meet. So, hi, Cintabella. We are good. I'm on coffee number 2. We have a couple house showings today, so we're gonna have to keep this going relatively short.
Yeah, it keeps interfering with our recording schedule. So
You'll notice we didn't have a video yesterday afternoon. It's because we had a house showing. We couldn't get one done.
yeah, they tend to drop on us in pretty short notice,
Yeah,
and
but
they're
we're not
starting
complaining
to become
'cause
fast and furious.
we want this house sold. So
Yeah, pretty soon snow's gonna hit. The sooner we
Yeah.
can sell and be gone, the happier we are.
So, and just FYI, guys, I have a walkthrough video, like a before and after from the house, because I know a bunch of you are familiar with the fact that I was rebuilding this house for the last 3 years after our fire. So I do have a walkthrough video. I haven't finished editing it yet, but it is almost done. I'll be putting that out soon so you guys can see it. A lot of you have seen pictures. But the walkthrough, I think you'll be impressed because it was when we moved into it 3 years ago, it was pretty bad shape. So
I've never heard of Honeymoon. Have you?
no.
All right, Ed, we'll put that down.
Cape Town is South Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I don't think we've done anything from anywhere in Africa. I mean, they have to have music out there.
Of course they do.
The question is, why haven't we seen any of it? That'd be interesting. That'd be great. I think the closest thing to African music, and it's not to be condescending, it's going to sound it, but it's not meant to be. The closest thing to African music I've heard is anything Peter Gabriel did.
Paul Simon on Graceland.
Oh,
With
yeah.
Lady Smith, Black Mambazo, right?
Yeah. And I guess, no, I think that's it. Pretty close.
Indonesia's in the house.
Hello. Oh. Yeah, see, Peter says prices went up because lots of people moved there. Oh, that was the goal. I think the government wanted people to move there, so they got what they wanted. But yeah, it does make prices go up, right? And the demand gets higher. So
So Mickey's asking about how early does it snow? Lots of times, by about a week from now, we'll get our first snowfall, and it'll barely stick for a couple hours.
yeah.
And then sometimes not until mid or late November. Some years it sticks in decent quantity by early December. Some years it's all melted until, I don't know, New Year's.
Yeah, when it starts to snow is not nearly as depressing as how long it takes before it stops snowing, right? Like, because I have pictures on my Facebook. It reminds me sometimes when Mother's Day, what's Mother's Day? May? In May, when we've had snow still. So it snows well into the next year for sure. And
Yeah,
by that time, you're getting real tired of snow.
That's the thing, right? Oh, we've got snow in October. You know it'll be gone in a couple hours. Oh, it snows in November. Yeah, it'll be gone within the next couple of days. By December, it might be here for good, right?
Yeah.
When it snows.
Yeah.
And all that's okay. That is all fine because you're
Not
looking
okay.
at trees that are starting to get stripped bare and the grass is getting brown and ugly. Like, the snow will actually cover a bunch of that. It'll look nice.
Mm.
But by March, you're like, get this out of here. You've
Yeah,
been through
done.
a lot of heavy snow in January and February. And then you'll find that it's not all gone until April.
Yeah, now I'm so broken now I can't even shovel it. So it'll be a hard days when it starts snowing here. Oh, Jim says come to North Maine for snow. And they get it bad up there. They're further north than us, right?
Close to where we are.
Yeah, but they have the water there, right?
Mm,
I think they get it worse than we do.
yeah, maybe.
Mm.
We get it bad enough. I don't want more. So Ed in Texas is asking if we've looked at the €1 Italian homes. We have. The challenges with Italy are visa requirements, right? Like we want to be able to keep doing this channel.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bring in much, but we do have ads and we get a little bit of money. That would be completely in violation of the only kind of visa we could otherwise qualify for.
Yeah.
When you get into a $1 home,
That's the real kicker. The things they don't tell you about the $1 homes is they come with caveats. You have to, within 5 years, renovate it to their standards, whatnot, which sounds like it wouldn't be that difficult. But I did a ton of research and like I do a lot of our own home renos. Most of the redo on this house I did myself. But they have a lot of strict regulations about their building standards, and they're notoriously not cooperative to people who want to do it themselves. They want you to hire their own people, which makes sense, but it also means you're at the behest of someone else to get it done on a deadline. And
these contractors are notoriously slow and uncooperative.
they don't show up. They don't do the work.
Now you're trying to manage someone difficult in your second language, which
yeah. And then you're also trying to negotiate with the inspectors and if you don't get it done, they take it back and you don't get your money back, all the money you've spent on getting it done. Like I've seen horror stories of people that 10 years later are still trying to finish their house because they've got held up in red tape. And anybody who knows anything about me, and I may have hinted about it on the channel once or twice, is one thing I really dislike is bureaucrats. I don't like red tape. I don't like inspectors. I don't like people that try to tell me what to do with my property. So wherever I go, I'm going to get that. But I like to focus on places that there's less of that. And when you have a deadline, like if the deadline is you get it done in 5 years or we'll take it back, that's when I know that it's probably going to take me that long and a hell of a lot of stress the whole time, it's just not worth it. It is a big hassle. Oh, hi, Jimmy. Jimmy Staggs is in there.
I see that.
Yeah, my friend Jimmy Staggs has got a channel where he does his own. Well, he just started like redoing furniture and stuff. He's my go-to for some of my questions on renovations because he's an expert. So maybe he can let me know if he would like me to share his channel in the chat, because I'd like to do that. Get him some traffic too. I got my coffee, Jimmy. I'm good to go.
Rob's suggesting Yusuf Nador. I think I know one song from him.
Who?
Yusuf Nador did a bunch of the stuff with Peter Gabriel that you were talking about.
Oh.
I think I've heard one song of his.
I really do love that stuff. It sounds so great.
Let's do it. I'll put
Put
him
okay.
on the list.
That makes me excited. Okay, so Jimmy's channel is just getting started, but I guess in the description after we're done, I'll put a link to his channel so that you guys can check it out. He's done a redo of a table so far. Hello, Catherine from Germany.
It's Katharina.
Katerina. Oh, I'm sorry. I took my glasses off so I could read better, but it's still not great. I accidentally got CLR in my eyes yesterday, cleaning up my bathroom. It's a descaler chemical for those of you who don't know. And I splashed a ton of it in my eyes with my contacts in. So trying to wash my eyes out and get the contacts out so I could actually get my eyes clean. I was pretty close to blinded myself yesterday.
That's the most ginger thing ever.
That's true. That's really true. Hi, Manna. South Island in New Zealand.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And from a geographic perspective, totally tempting. Except for the fact that it's so far and so expensive.
Oh, no, that's not the reason.
Well, that was the initial reason. And now Ms. Dern there is making me think
Yes.
I would never even
No, I don't opt for prison.
visit. Right?
I don't voluntarily enter prison. And that's the way it's starting to look over there. I have friends in New Zealand, actually. They've been very measured in their discussions about what it's been like living there, but I can tell that it's become very stressful for them. So there's that. Jim says, I wasn't being unsafe. It just happened to splash up into my face, right? I mean, I guess I could have worn goggles, but that's never going to happen. That's so. Liliac is performing on Last Kiss Cruise this weekend. What's the Last Kiss Cruise?
I don't even know.
He says it's a great honor. I believe him, but I don't know what that is. But we do like Liliac.
Yeah, for sure.
So. Oh, Jeff Castellucci did Monster Mash. That'll be so much fun. Oh, maybe we should do a live listen of that tomorrow.
Well, the thing with the live listeners, you don't know if it'll get through.
Yeah, it might be worth a shot. Our problem is we have a whole bunch of showings tomorrow. So we were going to do like a live listen to something tomorrow in honor of Halloween, because we had to throw away all our Halloween decorations and we didn't want to spend money on getting new stuff this year.
It's a Kiss cruise.
Oh, like Kiss the band?
Yeah.
Oh. That's one of those bands I never got into. They were always really good whenever I heard, but it was one of those bands that just flew past me the whole time I was around. So we may or may not be able to do something Halloween themed tomorrow. We'll have to see. The house showings take precedence over everything right now, guys. So.
Yeah, we thought we had all afternoon today, and suddenly we don't.
And it would be weird actually to do a showing with us doing that. So.
No, they make us
Our
get
real
up.
estate agent would not appreciate it. Lagos. Where is Lagos? That sounds really familiar. Oh, Basil's been to a Kiss concert. I bet they put on a really good show, right? Like I can see that they probably put on a really good show. So I bet it would be a lot of fun to watch.
Nigeria.
Oh,
I knew that, but the coffee hasn't really sunk in yet.
yeah. I'm really tired.
I find these days that I know things and I know that I know them, and then I can't retrieve them. It's really frustrating.
Tiny Tim covered Hey Jude? What?
We'll
I don't even
leave
know
that
what
for the Tiny Tim fans, man. I don't even really like Hey Jude. I certainly don't think I want Tiny
I
Tim's
like Hey
version.
Jude okay. It's probably one of the only, is it a Beatles song?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably one of the only Beatles songs I actually do like.
Oh,
But-
I like a lot of Beatles songs, but that's not among
I
them.
can't even imagine what that would sound like with Tiny Tim doing it. It doesn't sound like it would be a good thing. So, okay. Speaking of concerts, what's the best concert you ever went to? Let's talk about that.
Oh, best concert I ever went to. Well, it's kind of hard because it's kind of apples and oranges, right? That mid-year concert we saw just before all the lockdowns hit was small and intimate. It was Midge and his guitar and stories, and
It was amazing.
Ginger got to talk to him and ask him a question.
Yeah, I got to talk to Midge. It was very cool.
That was really, really cool on the small intimate thing. But then on the other end, like I went to see U2 at the Sky Dome on the Zoo tour, right? With when they came out in that giant disco ball lemon, and like from a showmanship perspective, there was so much going on, and it was huge, and there was energy in the crowd. But then again, Blue Rodeo is always so good. They have such good songs. I saw REM at the Air Canada Center. I think it was the Air Canada Center. So I've seen some pretty big acts. I've seen Bare Naked Ladies. I saw Bare Naked Ladies before they got big. They played
For those
Frosh-
of you who know who the Bare Naked Ladies are.
Frosh Week at university
Yeah.
in my early 20s.
No, never seen Muse live. I wouldn't mind. I really like Muse, actually. I bet they put on a good show.
I'm having a hard time picking a favorite because they're all so different.
Yeah. Oh, man. I've been to way more concerts than you. But I'm going to have a hard time, too, actually. The mid-year concert was probably one of the best concerts I was ever to, just because he's such a good performer and his voice is so epically good. And it was a nice, intimate space. It was actually at Daryl's house. And if you look that up, guys, it's a restaurant run by Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates. And he hosts really small concerts there. But it's literally a restaurant with a small stage at the front. So you're almost a stone's throw from the performer.
Don't throw stones at Midge.
He's Scottish. He would throw them back. But it was such a great space. It sounded so good in there. But I've been to a ton of really huge concerts too, right? Like I've been to an Edge Fest where I got to see Ministry was one of the best stage performances I've ever seen. They put on an amazing show. Tool's my favorite band, and that concert was so good just because I really, really love everything they make. I've been to a Lollapalooza where the Red Hot Chili Peppers did a really good job of cutting up the stage. They put a lot of energy into their stuff, and the crowd gets pretty energetic too. I've been to a ton of Billy Bragg concerts, and those are always fun because his stories are always really good. He has a really good sense of humor. So this is lots of different things, right?
It's funny you talk about Midge throwing the stone back and Billy Bragg telling stories. It makes me think of what Midge said. So this mid-year concert we went to, he was supposed to have an accompanist. The accompanist came down ill. I wonder if that was COVID, given the timing. It was literally just before we all got locked down.
Yeah.
Anyway, he said, so now you only have me. And he said, you could ask for your money back if that's not good enough. And he says, no, you can't. I'm Scottish.
Yeah. Smashing Pumpkins. Oh, I bet they were good. Who was no opening act? So Rob says New Order, Echo and the Bunnymen, and Sugar Smiths and Billy Bragg at the Kingswood
I wish
Theater
I'd
would
been
be
there.
amazing.
I forgot to even mention Morrissey. We saw Morrissey 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh,
He was fantastic.
that was fantastic. Oh, I did forget about that one. We've seen Postmodern Jukebox a couple times live, and they were fabulous. What a great show they put on, right? Like Scott Bradley's a genius. He's amazing to watch. Kingswood brings me back. Actually, I think that was my first concert ever. Was at the Kingswood Theater, and I saw the B-52s and the Violent Femmes together, and that was raucous. Is not even the word for the way that was. It was amazing. Those two acts together, they have like this frantic energy, both of them. It was really a lot of fun.
Good luck.
I was like 14.
Good luck, Jim. Don't hurt yourself. Get back to it before you get
Where
frozen.
is he?
He's going back to remodeling when his heat's currently off. So, yeah, run.
I know the feeling. Oh my God. Good luck. You put on your safety gear because I know you're a safety guy. Kari Bremnes. Oh, I bet she would be good live. She does, her voice is really something. I bet she doesn't even need a microphone.
And Ed said Aldous Harding was stunning. Sorry, stumbling over my words.
Yeah. Aldous Harding is one of those, she's haunting.
10,000 Maniacs with Midge opening.
Oh, man.
That would have been fun.
That would be great. We love Natalie Merchant. Love her voice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, every time we try to do a reaction to one of their stuff, that gets blocked.
I think we reacted to Carnival and it was blocked, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Love her, though. She's been on both of our Spotify lists for some time.
Rob's going to see Bauhaus. Or,
Bauhaus is still performing?
well, performing again, I think.
Visa issues. Oh, my God. Government
Damn
is
it,
so
let Peter
stupid.
Murphy in.
Government is so stupid. See what I mean? They're so stupid. I can't remember. I saw an article recently about something similar where there was a band that was coming to like the States
You couldn't get in.
and couldn't get in for, I'm trying to remember who it was now. And it was just such a stupid reason because the United States got all fussy about them working. It's a band. They travel. That's what happens. Like these.
Let your people be entertained. Don't
Yeah,
they understand bread and
governments are
circuses?
stupid. They don't make good
The
decisions.
bread and circuses are supposed to keep their heads attached to their necks.
It's
Now they're killing the circuses.
It's true. It's true.
So who is Julian Baker? I don't know who that is.
Juliet Baker.
No, read the next line.
Oh, Julianne. I don't know. Are you going to write it down?
I don't know. Do you recommend a reaction, Ed? Let us know. Or their videos.
So an artist visa, it's not really even the price. Sometimes they get all hung up on the checking all the boxes properly. It's really kind of silly.
Ooh.
I would love to see Lord of the Lost live. We love those guys. They're so much fun to watch, right? I follow them on Facebook, and they're really good about doing impromptu, fun, kind of personal stuff on Facebook. They look like they'd be a blast, actually. Alba. Oh, hello. That's oh, wait, where's Alba? I'm thinking Elba. I'm like, where Napoleon was?
The river? The island?
Yeah. Where is that?
Says, does Alba mean Scotland? On
No.
my Google.
He's Googling it.
Scottish Gaelic name for Scotland.
Oh, it is Scotland. Oh, okay. That's not where Napoleon was exiled.
No, that was Elba. Abel was I, I saw Elba. Okay, that reminds me.
Oh.
We're not going to react to it
Mm.
because I know it way too well. There's an old Weird Al song called Bob. The whole thing about
Oh,
Bob
I remember
is
Bob.
every line in it is a palindrome,
Yeah.
and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So check it out if you haven't heard it.
Yeah, if you like Weird Al, like it's, even if you don't like Weird Al, it's pretty genius. Like Weird Al is a genius, very smart guy. To be able to write a whole song where everything's a palindrome, like that's almost as hard as math.
Go hang a salami, I'm a lasagna hog. Doesn't have a lot of meaning, but it's pretty impressive
It
when you
is fun,
realize
though.
it's a palindrome.
Nightwish are playing Toronto. I didn't even see them announce that. Well,
Probably after we go. Though.
yeah, we'll be gone by then for sure. We already had to cancel the tickets we had for, it was Massachusetts, because they moved it to May and we were hoping to be gone by then. So
Albert McClinton. I don't know who that
1/3 of Boy Genius. I don't know them either. It's become quite obvious in the last year on this channel how hopelessly sheltered our music experience was before. Sorry, keep checking my phone because I got to make sure we don't have people coming to see the house. So put Julian Baker.
is. Got it.
Oh, so. Hi, Madman. Starting early. Yeah, unfortunately, with all the house showings we have to get started earlier. We're not going to get it in. Oh, now, Ed, now I'm really jealous. I'd really like to see the warning.
Mm-hmm. Peter Hook's coming.
I don't know. Who is that?
He's from Joy Division, then New Order, and then Monaco.
Oh, wow.
What do you want from
Yeah,
me?
I know.
Love that one.
Wow.
You just got to work
What?
and you're on YouTube. I guess if you're working Saturday, so be it.
Right. Yeah. I have to work tonight too, so. And that's shift work.
Mhm.
I'm almost done. Nazareth. Oh, wow. I don't even know.
So they're like classic rock,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
couldn't tell you off the top of my head what their big songs were. I know I've heard it a million times just
They
on the
were one
radio
of those-
growing up.
Yeah, they were one of those bands that they were not on my radar at the time. Still in the car. I hope you're
Maybe he starts in 16 minutes.
talk to text instead of typing.
Love Hers. Yeah. Nazareth.
Oh, yeah. That's a great song, actually. That is a great song. Jacob Collier. Ed in Texas suggests Jacob Collier. I'm going to have such a long list. We still haven't finished the last list from the last live chat.
Yeah.
Hair of the Dog. That's a band, right? That's a band, right?
No,
Hair of the Dog.
Nazareth, Hair of the Dog. Is that a song by Nazareth?
I thought Hair of the Dog was a band. That's a whole genre of music that just never.
It's an album by Nazareth.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, they were. Well, I mean, at the time that Nazareth was kind of big.
We were kind of small.
Well, and also, like, I was listening to Madonna and what's her name? Tiffany and Michael Jackson.
My white bike. That's an interesting expression.
What does that mean?
It means it's a thing that you really like. It says the album is great. My white bike, as we say in Scotland. So that album's his white bike. It's something he really likes.
It's a weird saying. I'd like to look up how that came about. These weird idioms.
The Black Pumas. No, I don't know them.
No, not shoes, right? Nope. Sup with Snoop? You're not late. We were just warming up for you. Keen. Oh. Keen missed my radar, but Maximo Park, I don't know.
There we go. Sorry. Unstable connection, apparently.
What?
Hopefully we're back. There was a message up here about our connection being unstable.
Everything in this house is unstable right now.
Especially here. Hello from Greece.
Hello.
I don't know if we've ever noticed anybody from Greece in the comments or in the chat before. You may be the first.
Oh, a song called My White Bike. See, it's not an idiom. It's a song.
That makes a great idiom. I'm using that.
Mike's going
You
to
know,
spawn the
I'm
next.
spawning it. You know what? Ginger is my white bike.
It took me for a ride just last night. Somewhere only we know. So, okay, look up Keane. I'm sure there's a song in my head that I don't know. I can't read any of that. It's gonna come back to me later. There's a song in my head that sorry for my bedhead, guys. I'm looking at this and it looks so fine in the bathroom mirror and now not so good. Austin City Limits on TV. No, well, we don't have cable. We do a couple streaming services. So we watch stuff on streaming, but that's about it. But we don't watch a lot of TV. We don't.
I'm too busy.
Yeah. And between the channel and all the other stuff we do, we don't get the chance to watch much. Hello, Grunge Grumpy. I have to actually buy, we have to buy external hard drives to plug in now because we have so much data stored that we ran out of space a year ago.
Yeah, every one of our videos works out to be 2 or 3 gigabytes.
Yeah.
That adds up when you do a couple a day for a year.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. I suppose we don't have to keep them, but if anything ever happened to our channel, they'd be gone forever, wouldn't they? Feels weird to think that our stuff would be gone forever. Somewhere Only We Know is Keane's biggest hit. It's not ringing a bell, though. There's something about Keane that's twigging my memory, and I can't think of what it is. Yeah.
So yeah, we're at the point where we may soon start deleting finished videos because the raw videos are only 1/10 the size, and I think I still have all of those.
That's a good idea, actually.
So when we run out of our current 5 terabyte disk or whatever it is, I'll take that step to free up space.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I do want to keep the raw stuff for sure. Hi to Singapore. Well, oh yeah, I know where that is. Keane. Okay, so
I've taken the note.
any minute now, it's gonna keep back to me, but we'll get over that and move on to something else. I had an idea recently. Maybe you guys can give me an idea how you feel about it, but about for these chats, maybe kind of preforming a subject instead of this kind of. We can do free for alls sometimes too, but maybe because our last chit chat kind of ended up being a chit chat about science fiction movies and books and stories, right? But it was so cool to have like a subject, non-music subject to talk about, because a lot of you guys have a lot of interesting stories to share about that too, and there's certainly subjects we're interested in. It might be nice to do something like that too, where we have themed chats about something that's not actually music. But I don't even know if anybody would be interested in that, because music's kind of the way you found us. But you never know. Some people are interested. I had just a heads up to anybody who didn't see it. I posted on our community page yesterday. I had a chat with one of my peeps from Twitter, Joel. He has a podcast called Read Your Keys, and he had me on. So we had a little chit chat about personal stuff. Anybody who's interested in some of that, he'll be releasing the video version of it next week, but the audio version's available now, and I posted a link to it on our community page for anybody who's interested in hearing some of my dirty secrets. Not that they're secrets.
Grunge Grumpy says, cleaning house is so satisfying, and all I can say is nuestra casa es muy limpia.
I don't know that much Spanish. I only understood half that sentence.
It means our house is very clean.
It is right now, because we got to show it. So Basil likes that idea. Basil, you're always so good. You kind of go along with just about anything we suggest. It's a good peep. But it's fun, right? Like, it's like having a dinner party where you sit down and just about any subject's on the table. You just have a long rolling conversation. I love that. Somebody asked if we're going to watch the Aurora concert from Nina Rostolman.
We've seen parts of it.
Yeah, we have. I'd really like to do another song from that concert. That space is an incredible place. I find it really mesmerizing to watch because it's just, I love architecture for
yeah,
one
me
thing,
too.
right? And old churches especially are one of those things that I keep getting drawn to because they're really fascinating. And the sound in that space was incredible. I really enjoyed the performances she did in there. So
It's
I'd like to
Luna's
do another.
speech. I've taken down that suggestion for Mari Boyne.
Where is? Oh, I'm so
Falling
behind now. The new pornographers. Those are one of those
remember
bands I never really got into. I don't know what it is about their sound that it just didn't.
Yeah, we know them.
But I don't know a lot of their stuff. I'm trying to remember what the song was, that their big song. Basil. Not so much axle grease and brake dust. Those are dirty secret. Well, they're not really secret. Those actually, they're quite public. Because for those of you who didn't know, most of you probably do, I have my own channel where I put up a bunch of videos of the other stuff I do, home renovations and cooking and working on the car. And I did do the brakes and rotors on my Jeep a couple months ago and put up a video for that. It's called A Ginger in the Wild. So, and a bunch of our hiking videos go up there. I have a whole, I've gotten so behind on my videos on that channel because editing the videos is tough. But I have a whole bunch of stuff ready to get out on that one soon too. So, a Dutch party. Oh, yeah. We call those potlucks here. A Dutch party. That's a good term for it, though. I always think, we all wear wood shoes. That's a terrible joke, I know. I know you don't all wear wood shoes. Neko Case. I don't know who that is. I haven't heard that person either. But anybody who looks like Simone Simmons is lucky.
So I see here from Eric that Angelina Jordan covered Easy on Me.
What's Easy on Me?
That's the Adele one we did the other day and it got blocked.
Yeah, okay.
We'd have had a video yesterday afternoon if that one didn't get blocked.
Yeah, it's sad. Oh, well. But yeah, did she? That would be good. I love Angelina Jordan. She's one of those ones. I love her sound. I really like jazzy style sounds. I'm a big like Frank Sinatra fan. And a lot of the old jazz, like female jazz too, where I really love the voice techniques they use. So Angelina Jordan's one of those ones that stays close to my heart. And she's such a cool little girl. I guess she's not a little girl anymore, is she?
Nope.
It's hard to keep. Well, I'm old enough to be her mother. So she'll always be a little girl with me. Coffee's good, actually. I think it's cold now. I'm almost done it. Oh, Sop with Snoopy just finished his. This is my second coffee, so I'm going to have to switch to something else now or I'm going to get
Not this
jittery.
guy. I'm going for coffee 3.
Mike's diehard.
I'm a lot bigger than you. I can
Jam
handle half
bands.
again the caffeine.
I don't know Wolf, Peck, or White Denim. I'm not sure I know for sure what jam band means. That's just kind of okay, so one thing I'll say is I never cared a lot for freeform jazz because sometimes it ends up just sounding like noise. But I don't know if a jam band would qualify under that. I don't exactly know what that is. But if it's just a kind of random, let's all just play music and see how it. I like my music a little more structured than that usually.
John's asking if we have a favorite coffee and asking about Tim Hortons. Ginger reviles Tim Hortons coffee. I am very non-picky. If it's black and it's hot, I'll drink it. But
do not like Tim Hortons coffee. Actually, I don't like anything at Tim Hortons. I don't know. Some people accuse me of not being a real Canadian because of that, and that's fine with me because the truth is I don't know. Well, I've worked at Tim Hortons when I was younger too for a long time. And so it kind of turned me off somewhat. But yeah, the last 10 years or so, they made a whole pile of changes to the process for how they make their food and whatnot. And it ruined everything they ever did well. So as far as I was concerned, I haven't had a coffee at Tim Hortons in 3 or 4 years for sure. So
Funko Freddy and Company is Gotta Get Sparks a band, and when do I get to sing my way a song? Clear that up for me and I'll take down a suggestion.
Fish and Grateful Dead are example of jam bands.
Not my thing.
No, I don't know Fish, but Grateful Dead. They're more my parents' generation kind of band. I don't know if I know a lot of Grateful Dead songs, to be honest. That might get me some hate, but.
You're a good man, Basil.
So Ed says he roasts his own.
Ooh.
That would be good.
Well, that
if
may
we go
be
to
something
Costa
we
Rica,
do.
it might be a thing we do because coffee is a big thing there. They make their
I
own.
am actually really looking forward to that. I'm not picky. I'll drink it as long as it's hot and black. But
I'm not that picky either.
if it's really good.
The thing about Tim Hortons coffee is, to me, it always tastes burnt. Like always. It doesn't matter how fresh it is.
Trevor Lance is no Hanson. Still giving me grief.
I saw that you responded to my comment, but I haven't read it yet. So quit giving me crap.
No
Neil,
Tim Hortons and no Rush. They're going to revoke our Canadian card. Oh, no.
I don't like maple syrup either.
We're leaving Canada.
Or hockey.
They can revoke my card. No problem.
Canada doesn't like us anyway. They've already determined we're not very good citizens. So
Nostromo, I took down a note about the France gal. I
Mhm.
got that.
Ella, she has it.
Got it.
Does she have it? If she has it, will I want it? What does she have? Is it the coupe? Well, that doesn't scare me, actually. It's fine. Ella Fitzgerald. Oh, an homage to Ella Fitzgerald. That would be good. I like
Nice.
Ella Fitzgerald. She has a great voice. Had? She's dead, right?
I believe she's gone, yeah.
Project. Oh, Neil Morris is in the Project Aegis, which actually is another band we need to get back to because they did really well. Band? That's a project, right?
The project is a band.
I guess so. Hello from the Netherlands. To the Netherlands. Hello. You just joined in. We're almost done. Sorry. We got a house showing, so we got to get cracking soon. My coffee's all cold anyway. So the Netherlands, that's another place on our list to visit.
Yeah. Our oldest girl went as part of a trip with the Army cadets, and she loved it.
Yeah, she really did. She had tons of pictures. So that's one of those places I'd like to see for sure.
Mhm.
Oh, I got the coupe.
We're all going to die.
Just finished work. Oh, well, thanks for joining. You have yourself a drink and relax.
You know what the problem is? There's so many places in the world, and our money is finite.
It's
And
true.
it costs a lot of money to go anywhere.
It's true. It does unless you want to do backpacking by. The
But
thing
even
is,
then, to fly to another continent
yeah.
repeatedly.
My son did a backpacking kind of like hostel trip through Europe a couple of years ago with his girlfriend. They went to Italy and Greece, and I actually can't remember all this. He really enjoyed the trip. He has a ton of really good stories, but he also had a few horror stories about some of the hostels that he had to stay in. Bed bugs and kind of weird people that I don't know. I don't like people enough, right? Like I like my own space, right? Especially if I'm sleeping. I don't want to be in a kind of a shared space, just because other people's habits can really get on my nerves. And I'm sure my habits get on other people's nerves too. So.
John, I've got your suggestion for the Neil Morris Band.
Mm-hmm. Go to the Netherlands to see Poets of the Fall next fall. I think I'm so deeply in love with that lead singer right now. They might have a restraining order taken out against me if I get close enough to see him personally.
Grunge Grumpy wants us to bring Devin if we're coming over.
Bring who?
Devin Townsend, I presume.
Oh. See, I would
We
suggest.
don't all know each other, Grumpy.
I said-
Listen.
I would suggest that I could kidnap him, but I'm pretty sure he could take me. Right? Like some people I could probably manage to wrestle into a duffel bag, but he's probably not one of them. He seems like a bit of a tough guy.
Mm-hmm. My reaction there, but we don't know all each other because we're Canadian.
Yeah.
Remember that old spoof of the old "I am Canadian" beer ads with the "I am not Canadian" the Quebecers? No,
Oh, yeah, I
I
don't-
don't know Jean Menard and Claude, although I'm sure they all have really excellent teeth.
Yeah. Or Rob Taylor, if you're still in there. He'll remember that because CFNY did that spoof. Yeah, that was hysterical, actually. That was a really good one.
Yeah, Canadian politics for anybody who's
Yeah.
outside the country.
Just a heads up to anybody who might be interested. I have managed to convince Mike to do a very special project for Christmas for our channel. So in our comments, we routinely get comments from people saying that I sound like the PBS lady from the Saturday Night Live skits, and in particular, the Sweaty Balls skit. And I have managed to convince my husband to recreate the Sweaty Balls skit from Saturday Night Live as a Christmas special for our channel. So,
I'm going to shave the beard. I'm going to get a plaid shirt, and we're going to do the Sweaty Balls.
yep, I'm going to get myself an ugly Christmas sweater, and I might recruit a friend because the Sweaty Balls skit had 3 people, but we'll see. But where are the poppies? Oh, it's this isn't where we normally record, so the poppies are where we normally record. But where we normally record, I wouldn't be able to read the comments because the laptop's too far away. If you can't do a review of So Far Gone right away. So Far Gone.
That's the Neil Morse Band. I've got that note.
Okay. Very cool.
Grunge Grumpy, you're right. The average distance between 2 Canadians is a bit bigger. And we are all, for the most part, when I say all, I mean 80 or 90% of us within 100 miles of the American border, but there's a long way east and west.
It's true. It's true. And also we're kind of isolated. We live in the country and we don't like crowds a lot. So
We're doing well, Mr. E. Thanks. Hopefully you're doing well too.
oh, Basil really likes the idea of the Sweaty Balls skit. I can't wait to do it.
I don't know
I'm
that
so
I'm much of
excited.
an actor, Basil, but we'll try it. We'll see what we can do.
Oh, you could be Adam or Alec Baldwin. I just won't give you a gun.
Probably best.
That didn't work out so good for him. Oh, but you can give me the Sweaty Balls anytime.
That's how I can.
Hockey? No,
Used to play hockey. Used to watch hockey a little.
not me.
I love the sport from playing it, but I stopped watching it when it all got clutch and grab and pin in the neutral zone and all that stuff. I just lost interest. Started watching basketball because by then we had the Raptors. So if I'm going to watch anything, which I don't very often, it'll be basketball.
Yeah. And we love watching baseball.
Baseball's good too.
Yeah, I love watching baseball. And it doesn't even matter about the team. I'm one of those people that, like, I'm not a sports person, so I don't cheer for my favorite team. I mean, the Jays we usually routinely watch is the one we watch. But I'll literally, if there's a baseball game, I don't care who's playing, I'll sit and watch it because I really enjoy watching the sport. Most people make fun of that because they all think baseball is boring, but it's very relaxing to watch. That's the reason that I like it. I don't get all worked up about sports, right? So I watch it so I can relax. So Basil says definitely no gun. Because you can't even be sure if it's a blank anymore, can you?
Mhm.
John, romantic.
There's a lot of history around baseball compared to, say, hockey or basketball, right? Like
I guess
they've
that's
got they've got records and everything going back to the Victorian era, right?
Really?
Oh yeah, baseball was big like in the 1800s. Even.
Really?
It's been around as a professional league. It's been around for a very long time,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I just really enjoy watching it.
and it's kind of because is just kind of a different pace, right?
Yeah.
It's different too.
And I understand all the rules. Right. That's another thing. A lot of sports I'll sit and watch and I don't understand the rules. So most of it goes over my head and I get lost it's less interesting that way because I don't know what's happening. But baseball, I know all the rules and I understand them. So it's easy to watch because I can keep track. Oh, snooker. I don't understand.
Aussie rules footy. Basil's asking about. I have watched. We used to like on the
What's footy? Is that
football.
Football? Oh.
Aussie rules football.
Aussie has their own rules?
Yep. I have seen a couple games. It used to be back when we used to have cable. Actually, even back when I was a teenager living at home, we had cable sports channels. And like Sunday morning, that's what you got. You got like the Australian rules football and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've watched one or two, but it's been a while. And
Is Aussie rules punch him in the face if you get the chance?
No.
Oh, because that's what I would have expected.
Basil, do you watch a lot of Aussie rules? Who's your team? I'll check them out.
Oh, John says, you can tell I'm a romantic soul. It's true. I am. But also a bit of a scrapper.
It's true. She is.
I'm a little bit of both. I'm a little bit of everything, actually, kind of. But what do they call it? The Renaissance gal. Kill the guy with the ball.
Kind of true, which is why I would
that
once in a
sounds
while
like a
watch
sport
it
I
on a
might
Sunday
actually
morning.
enjoy. Yeah.
Bye, Ed.
See ya.
Enjoy the walk.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah,
hope so too.
we should get going.
Yep. Time to wrap it.
What music do you listen to? Outside reactions. Okay. So I'm going to answer that question before we go because it's a really good question, actually.
This is a good question. A big question.
The thing is, you have to understand, we found so many good things with this channel that now, after a year of doing it, my Spotify playlist is almost exclusively songs we've done on the channel, which is weird.
Yeah.
The old parts of my list are, it's a dog's breakfast in my Spotify list. Actually, I wonder if I can find a way to share my Spotify list publicly
you can.
because I think people would be interested to see how weird my tastes are. So before we did the channel, my Spotify list had a ton of Frank Sinatra on it. It has a ton of Canadian stuff like Doug and the Slugs.
Making it work.
Oh, I love Doug and the Slugs, man. And like some Elton John on it. And then I've got Tool, who's my favorite, and a whole bunch of 90s grunge stuff. I love Soundgarden and Stone Temple Pilots, some old Red Hot Chili Peppers. And then I also have some opera on there, right? Like mostly Italian opera because I really like the sound of the Italian language. And some classical, Ludovico Einaudi, who's a pianist, classical pianist. I have a bunch of his stuff too. So that's the stuff I was listening before the channel. And then now since we did the channel, a whole bunch of the channel music thrown in. But if we haven't discovered it on the channel and then it's new on the radio, we haven't heard it because I haven't put the radio on in at least a year or more.
Yeah.
Right. And what have you got on yours? So
I've got some of the same in terms of like the Canadian stuff like Doug and the Slugs.
Mhm.
I've got
Blue Rodeo.
a ton of Blue Rodeo.
One of his favorites.
Anybody outside of Canada may not know them. They weren't big internationally. They've been huge here since their first album in '87.
Guys,
You got to check
if you
them out.
don't know Blue Rodeo, you have to look them up. They are amazing musicians. Their songwriting is phenomenal. I have never heard a bad Blue Rodeo song, and they've got dozens of albums.
Yeah. So I would suggest Hasn't Hit Me Yet, 5 Days in May. Those are both off the same album in 1993.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of their first album called Outskirts. The song Outskirts, Rose-Colored Glasses.
Yep.
If you're into something a little sappy, they had a big hit with Try off that album.
Try's a good song, but yeah, it is sappy.
So fantastic. I've got a ton of Blue Rodeo on my playlist. And stuff I used to listen to as a teenager.
Tons of Ultravox.
Ultravox out the wazoo, some U2, some Alphaville, Cure, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Mike liked the obscure new wave stuff, and it persists. Like
Great.
his album collection is full of it. So yeah, that's the stuff we're not listening to when we're not listening to stuff from the channel, for sure. Bobo Nick says he's going to look up Blue Rodeo. They're such a
stuff.
great band. It really feels like a huge tragedy to me that there's outside of, I mean, they're legendary in Canada, but outside of Canada, they're so,
Yeah, kind of
it's,
a folky country rock crossover kind of sound.
yeah, they're fabulous though. They're a really good band. And if there was anything Canadian I was going to recommend to anybody, is Blue Rodeo, right? And they're from way back.
First album
Right.
was 87.
They've been around a long time. And they're still so fabulous. Mike's gone to see them at least once. Have you been?
I've seen them twice. Actually, the first concert I ever went to in my teens was Blue Rodeo at Niagara-on-the-Lake.
Yeah.
I went with my parents and my aunt and uncle and Harvey and Jean.
Mm.
And then I took my son when he turned 14. Was
Mhm.
that 5 years ago now? Actually, there's another Canadian band. We're not as big fans, but Tragically Hip are also huge.
Mhm.
And their lead singer recently died, and they had a farewell tour before that happened.
Mhm.
And the last time I saw Blue Rodeo was the same night as the last
Tragically Hip concert
Tragically Hip
before
concert.
Gordon died.
So about halfway through the set, Blue Rodeo played a Tragically Hip song called Bob Cajun. You would not believe the reaction from the crowd. It was a really emotional moment. It was a great moment in a
Bob
great
Cajun's
show.
a great song.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Dai Nue Wella. I hope I said, I'm sure I didn't
Yeah, I've heard
say
a little
that
bit.
right.
Heard a little bit.
Have you?
Yep.
Oh. He got scared by this, but I've never seen the Vienna video. And if there's a spider in it now, I won't. Thanks for the heads up.
Do you remember that Vienna got held out of number one?
Oh,
By what?
So when we went to see Midyear, was it last year or the year before? It was the year before.
Yeah, very early 2020, February.
Yeah, right
2020.
before COVID locked everything down. So one of the stories that Midge told, because he likes to tell little stories between the songs, was about when Vienna came out. And it was it in England, in the UK, right?
I think so.
It got held out of the
two.
number one spot.
Peaked at number 2.
Yeah, by what was that? What
It
song?
was Shut Up at Your Face.
Shut Up in Your Face.
40 years later, Midge is still bitter.
I shouldn't be laughing, but it's so freaking ridiculous. Sorry, I just don't understand. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Vienna is one of those. It's an iconic song for Ultravox, and Ultravox fans love it. I always found Vienna to be meh for me, but it's certainly significantly better than Shut Up at Your Face. So for to be held out of the number one spot by that song, it's gotta sting just
Although,
a
in
little.
fairness, I think it was 81, which would have made me 10.
Yeah.
And I heard Shut Up at Your Face on the radio. I never heard Vienna. I had to find that later on my own.
Yeah, that would cheese me a little if I was a musician like of the caliber of Midyear. That would cheese me a little,
Yeah.
for sure. Oh. Oh, so see, Grunge Grumpy's like me. Anything, my Spotify list now, the only updates to it ever are songs we find on the channel. Catchy like herpes. I
Shut
guess.
Up at Your Face. All right, let's go.
Yeah, we gotta go. We got a house showing coming up, so I gotta clean up. But thanks for joining, guys. It's been fun. I think the next one we'll plan better, so you guys get a longer heads up for when it's coming, and we'll pick a theme for it.
You know what? Let's put a post up on the community page asking for theme suggestions.
Oh,
And you
maybe
guys-
what I'll do is actually come up with 3 suggestions and make it like a poll, because
Okay.
that way we can narrow it down
Yeah.
better.
But let's handle it there.
But if you have any suggestions for a theme for the chat, drop them in the comments of this post, and we'll review some of those, and maybe I'll narrow down a couple of the good sounding ones to put on the poll, and we'll pick a theme for the next one. What would you like to hear us talk about other than just
And Rick to
random?
talk to with us, not just about hearing us.
Go enjoy your breakfast or dinner, or Basil, like you sleep
Go to bed, man.
eventually ever. And we're hoping to get a video out for this afternoon, but it depends how quickly I can get the house cleaned. Anyway, cheers, guys. Thanks for coming out. We'll talk again soon.
Yep.